Hello and welcome to TRB Collectibles. My name's Tom and I will be your guide through this estate sale. Before I go to any estate sale, I always check the listing photos to see what kind of items might actually be there. And in this one, there was a ton, including a lot of boxes with a lot of interesting stuff in them.
Huh? Yeah.
Some of my favorite things at estate sales are actually digging through bins like this, is because they contain hidden treasure that people pass up just for the pure fact of not actually wanting to dig through it. So, here's my question for today. Do you dig in bins like this, or pass them up? Let me know in the comments below. So I saw this Kodak Instamatic 18 camera. Normally I would pass on a camera like this, but in this case, it was actually in the box, so I thought it might hold a little bit more of a value. I did look it up and it did not, just for the pure fact that these cameras were overproduced because Kodak was the go-to film brand. Does anybody else see it? Is it just me? Trains! I have trains on the brains! Somebody had cut out this image of a train and put it in a frame, and the estate sale company marked it at $30. Now granted, I'm not going to buy it in general, but it was pretty cool to see, but that might have been just a slightly overpriced. But on this day, it being the last day of the sale, everything is 60% off. But even for just a picture of a train, more than likely, that'll probably still be here by the end of the sale. So I saw this box of older books. Please never pass up an opportunity to look up some of these books because you would be surprised the margins that you could get on profit for these books. A lot of people pass on them just because they don't think they're collectible, but they are to a lot of people. Always try to look them up because you might make a decent profit. And by the power of Grayskull, over to my right, I noticed another box filled with plastic playset pieces. And I had no idea what they were, but kind of. In the back of my mind, I knew there had to be some kind of value here, because it did say Mattel, and it did say 1984. And what was more popular than He-Man in the 80s? So I went on my assumption, and I quickly pulled out my phone, and I logged into eBay on my app, and I needed to know, were these playset pieces worth it to buy? Let's find out. As He-Man would say, I have the power to look up what's right in front of me. On the inside of those playsets, it said Mattel, 1984. And then I typed in playset to see a generic search for the specific name of the playset that was right in front of me. So once I did my generic search of all playsets for He-Man in 1984, I visually compared what I had to what I had seen on eBay. I then took that name of the playset that I was comparable to what I had, and it was the 1984 Mattel He-Man Evil Horde playset. I then go back into the box to see what pieces I have and what's being sold at the estate sale to see if it's worth picking up. I then find out that the tree alone from this playset goes for close to $30 just on its own. Now granted, I also have 3 other pieces from the Evil Horde playset in the same box. So after I looked up everything on eBay, made sure that there was the correct set and how much I could get for it, I went ahead and looked at all the pieces, and I had a pretty much almost complete playset minus the original figures. I couldn't find a price on the outside of this box. So I walked the box physically over to the estate sale owner that was at the checkout, and I said, "Hey, I'm interested in this box." And he goes, "What? That plastic? You want that plastic?" I said, yeah. How much you looking to get for it? And he goes, "I don't know. Give me, how many pieces are in there? 1, 2, 3. Give me $4. In the back of my mind, I said, "Oh, he wants $4? Yeah, sure. $4, you got a deal. No problem. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to cause any hesitation." We made a deal. He held the item for me while I looked through the rest of the estate. And just on that playset alone, in the condition that I have it, I should be able to make anywhere between $50 to $75, and then additional shipping that the buyer would pay. I can't complain about a $4 He-Man playset that's highly collectible. At the end of the day, I definitely know I'm going to make a profit on it. If you caught my video from a couple weeks ago, it was all about how I went to an estate sale that was filled with signs. I much prefer signs that say 60% off compared to signs that accuse me of stealing. Do you ever find items at estate sales that make you think of someone else, or that they might have an appreciation for it? Well, in this case, this small song handbook that they gave to Girl Scouts in Manhattan made me think of my mom, and how she might have an appreciation for it, because she was a Girl Scout in Manhattan too. Again, every single estate sale. Always, always, always something creepy, including creepy dolls! So today I got a double portion of creepy. Not only did I get creepy dolls, but I also got creepy clown too! Yay! Purses, 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 would you like to buy a purse? This room was filled with purses and they were all still here on 60% off day. There was at least over 50 different purses in this room. It was absolutely wild. They were everywhere. I did not buy one. No, I just left this room. Yeah.
All right.
Have you ever heard of the term people watching? Have you ever heard of the term people listening? That's some of my favorite activities in an estate sale. You just overhear some of the most random conversations.
I got my time back, but I need to heat the cook, the chef, when he was, I saw one of these ovens at another house like this, and I just think they're so cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
and they like close up like this.
From across the room, I noticed the records as well as the electronics that were sitting on the bookshelf. And of course, I'm going to check these out. Now granted, I'm trying to get out of larger electronics and more so what I'm looking at right now as far as media, but it does look a little bit picked over. But it never hurts to look. Heading into this bathroom, it's the first time I haven't been in a bathroom, at least at an estate sale, that wasn't tiled. But it did have wallpaper. This Trim Shop 24-piece vintage Christmas ornament set. The outer box was in rough condition. I did look it up, it did not hold a value. But what I want to share is that people cherish their Christmas ornaments, so that makes them more valuable. Not every ornament is considered valuable, but if it does fall off your tree to someone that's looking to replace it, it is. Don't pass up an opportunity to look them up, because potentially you could find an ornament that could make really decent money. I have clearly found the box that they had put all the toys in at the beginning of this sale. They marked this Transformers toy at $20. Now granted, it was not vintage, it was one of the newer ones, so the profitability and reselling wasn't really there for it. But based off the pieces and the parts that I saw in the box, clearly if I had gotten here earlier, I would have found vintage 80s, early 90s toys. Probably where the He-Man figures actually lived before they were purchased by somebody else. I was fortunate to find that playset because it was hidden away in a box that I had to dig and find. Granted, there are advantages to going on the first day, but there are price advantages to going on the third day. It just depends on how you want to shop at an estate sale. Thank you for watching all the way through to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. Be sure to click that subscribe button and check out some of the other videos. Thanks!